Hi, everyone. This is a true story of a hotel we purchased. I'm not really sure how to explain any of it. This is about some things that have happened to room 208 and what happened on March 26, 2022. It is so strange. It motivated me to write about it. I'm a business owner, where our company purchases small struggling businesses and fixes them up, and hopes to resell them for 3-5 years of total expected profits. Every once in a while, we find a profitable business, or a business we like and we keep it. My wife is also a pretty business-savvy person. We purchased a restaurant before, and she managed it and turned it profitable within 3 months. After finishing this project, my wife got bored and she decided she wanted to move on to a new project. Of course, I agreed. Happy wife, happy life. My wife and I decide to purchase a hotel. We've worked with them before, and it would give my wife plenty of time to work on a project. Eventually, we found one in a smaller town of around 60,000 people, sort of on the bad end of town, we shall say. We come from the city though. We've seen it all. How bad could it be? We purchase our hotel, finalize everything, we hire some of the staff. We keep some of them. In the beginning stages, we like to do things ourselves. My wife chooses to run the morning shift. I take over the night shift. We get cameras installed for the security purpose, and I start to work on the finances at night. I have to hire people to come in and paint and fix rooms. I literally went and purchased over 30 flat screen televisions from Sam Club. We are one of the few hotels in the area that takes pets, so we actually profit off of this quite a bit. One night a guy brings in 3 dogs. He seems like a nice guy. We usually limit 2 pets, but I allowed 3 with a large deposit. The guy takes the dogs in the room and shuts the door, and everything seems fine. I watched him on camera. Around 2 a.m., the dogs just start barking, like going batshit crazy. We instantly get like 3-4 calls from people. On the 2nd floor, I go up there and knock on the door. Front desk, sir, you need to quiet the dogs. No answer from the room. I go back downstairs, and I call 3-4 times. Again, no answer. I get my master key lock card, go up to the 2nd floor, and I hear the dogs going nuts. I knock on the door. Sir, you have to quiet the dogs down. They continue barking and freaking out. These dogs are trying to get out like the room is on fire. I'm like, what just happening? I crack the door open and yell in. I threaten to call the police and have them removed. I hear nothing, just the dogs barking and the TV. As a hotel owner, I'm thinking, OMG, I'm gonna have to refund so many people. After some time, the police come. Open the door a crack and again the dogs run to the door. The police don't want to let the dogs out, in case they attack. They tell me they would prefer to wait until 8 a.m., when animal control can come. 8 a.m. rolls around. I call animal control. I recall the police. They both come out. Animal control opens the door. These dogs run out of the room like they are on fire. They literally run down the emergency exit. to the first floor, through our lobby, and out the front door. I've never seen anything like it. To this day I'm shocked by it. We go into the room and no one is there. Animal control takes the animals. The guy never returns to the room. We call him, tell him the animals destroyed the room. We charge his credit card. We have a picture of his ID. The damage was so bad. We end up taking him to court locally. Sure enough, he shows up. And it was him. In court he yells at the judge I'm not the one, saying he didn't rent the room. Clearly it was. I guess he has mental issues. I'll spare you the details. But there were all kind of bodily fluids from the guy and the animal in the room. It took 3 of our housekeepers about 6-7 cleaning to even start to get the room back to normal for maintenance. As you could imagine, the smell and everything is hard to get out. While we're in the middle of cleaning the room, one of our newer desk persons rents out the room 208. It has fans on in there though. The window cracked open. No bedding or mattress or anything. Of course, the customer complains. I'm like, hello? Why did you give that room out? She tells me the computer told her it was clean. She assumed it was done and ready. This is weird. I thought that night it happened to me. As I was assigning someone a room, it kept offering me room 208. What the hell? Is the software glitching? I called tech support for the software. They can't figure it out either. For whatever reason, no matter what I do in the system, I can't get it to move this room in the software from not occupied to occupied, unless someone really is in this room. So as time goes on, we finish cleaning the room, maintenance gets everything fixed. We put a guest in that room. 3 hours later he calls. Wants a different room. I'm like, why? What's wrong? Everything in that room is brand new. Even the wall outlets and furnitures are new. He just tells me the room feels weird. He wants a new room. I said fine. This happens a lot with this room. Like over a month. Probably 7-8 times. People just feel weird in it. Anytime we try to put pets in there, they go nuts. Pets want nothing to do with room 208. So, 3 days ago, as of the time I'm writing this, we had a woman come in and ask for a room. I said sure. As you can imagine, the computer does what it always does. Offers room 208. This time, 208 is clean and ready. Boom, assigned. She signs papers, gives credit card on file, ID, everything. She goes to room. This happened just before my shift, but I watched cameras and talked to our desk agent about it. I come in for the night shift. The lady is in our lobby, sitting on our couch. The desk agent tells me the woman is kind of weird. To watch out for her, because it is normal. We have to have homeless people removed, or people that want to use our facilities for free. She of course confirms this woman has a room though. From 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. She was sitting there, on our lobby couch. I ask her, ma'am, is there anything I can help you with? Is there a reason you are not in the room? Is the bed not comfortable enough? I joke with her knowing the mattress in that room cost me a terrible amount. She looks at me and says, oh, it's too loud in there. I'm like, ma'am, is there someone else in there? She's like, no. So, I ask her what her name is. She tells me. I look on the room, and it is a different name. Oh, so I ask her if she knows who is in the room. She says yes. She gives me a name, and it is correct. I'm like, wait, didn't you check in with your ID? She says no. Her friend's ID. This is a big no in the hotel world. This kind of upset me. I called the room. No one in there. I went by, looked in with my master room card. No one in there. I said, ma'am, you can't stay out here in the lobby though. Do you have a room key? She says no. She gets out a cigarette, walks to the door, and I follow her. Ma'am, what's the issue? I want to help you. She throws the room card at me and yells, I am not the one. I'm literally freaked out. What is going on here? She walks off. I see her on camera leave our parking lot. 20 minutes later, guess who comes back? Yep. And she sits in the same spot, on the couch. I'm like, ma'am, at this point I'm getting a little frustrated. I say, you cannot stay here. She looks up again and yells, I'm not the one. So, I'm thinking. Of course I don't say it, but I think it. Alright. This woman is crazy. So, I give her this death stare for like 30 seconds. I said, hello. You have to go. I'm like, ma'am, if you don't go. Then she yells, leave me alone, or I'm calling the police. I am not the one. I'm like, okay, what is happening? I call the police. They come, they ask her questions, and she doesn't know what day it is. She doesn't know where she is. Some sort of mental health issue? Some sort of medication? I don't know. Police say she lives close by. They drive her home. Then, I look over the cameras. Sure enough, a guy did rent this room. She did go in with him on camera for 10 minutes. And come out alone without that man. I look on camera, and I never see him leave. I reviewed the entire camera for like 3 days. That person never comes out. Ever. Impossible. I look at the ID on file, compare it to the camera. Sure enough, it's him. I charge the room the amount of $. That person comes to our hotel in a rage. He was yelling at our front desk, I am not the one. I'm not the one. What in the hell is going on? Not the one what? He says he is not the one that stayed in that room. We have him on camera. His ID, of course. We dispute with the CC company. We win the case. Then he takes us to small claims court. Person yells at the judge, I am not the one. I am not the one. Again. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Dogs won't stay in this room. Anyone that does seems to have a mental breakdown and starts yelling, I'm not the one. People go nuts. I've probably had 10-20 issues with this room. In the end, I was freaked out of this room. I turned this room into a storage room. No one any longer is allowed to stay in room 208. And the weird part is, it still shows up in the system as clean and ready to go for certain people. It's like this room picks its victims or something in hopes we will put them in there so it can drive them mad. I don't know what was the problem with that room. I realize some scary things happens per se, but no harm or anything majorly happened with my room owners. But some entity was sure with that room. It just that This weird room keeps selecting people. It wants to drive mad. And you know what? No matter what I do, I can't remove it from my system. I hope you all liked the story. If you liked it, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.